Alcohol is known to kill people. Anyone in power that says they drink outside of accepted life-saving use has blood on their hands. So this is just a short commentary or a thought or thing based after thinking about the recent thing with President Donald J. Trump coming out and saying that he personally is taking hydrochloroquine as a prophylaxis, and that is the term meaning something that you take in order to prevent something from happening. Like, for example, a condom is considered a prophylactic because you're taking it to prevent impregnation or sexually transmitted diseases and things like that. So this goes across. There's some things which are solid things like that, there's steps and processes, and there's other things where it's an actual substance that you can take inside. Like if you take one of those IUDs where you put an actual, some kind of metal that some females put in their body and it stops their ovulation, and I don't know these things. But anyway, so hydrochloroquine, different from chloroquine. Normally hydrochloroquine, I've talked about this in a separate video where it has the hydrochloroquine, then a zinc pack. The hydrochloroquine somehow breaks the virus up or it loosens the walls. Again, I am completely amateur here. You can look this stuff up. I'm just giving you my amateur kind of understanding of what the process is. Loosens the virus. Then the zinc somehow enters, breaks the virus apart. And then there's azithromycin or doxycycline, which is supposedly to help, and I don't know if that's something that supports the actual system or reinforces something. Well, you can look it up. There's details of that online, and this is just one of the therapies, one of the processes, depending on different times. Like I said, a prophylactic is different than doing it after you've actually caught the disease, because they'll talk about some situations, say, oh, hydrochloroquine was used, but then like when you look at hydrochloroquine, at the people who've taken it in the hospice when they were in intensive care, it found like X% of them have died. But that's not like taking it as a prophylaxis or as a preventatory thing. Or if you take it when you have early symptoms, you just have the first few ones. If you're giving it to people who are already far down, they might also have comorbidities and all these other things. It's like saying, oh, somebody used a condom, but they're already 3 weeks pregnant and they still like were pregnant. They still gave birth to a kid. It's like, yes, it's already happened. Sometimes you're kind of far deeply into the thing where it's like, okay, if you actually have intercourse a few times in the night and then you wear the condom on the third time you have it versus the first time, it's gonna be a different thing. It's gonna be a chance that you're ready in there. The sperm is already in your body and you can still get it. So again, not a scientist. All I'm saying is there's some shenanigans when people actually discuss this actual thing. And that's a common thing. I mean, people going around them saying we need to wait until we get more information. We're comparing apples to apples and oranges to oranges. But regardless, President Donald J. Trump said he's actually using it. He's using it under some direction, some guidance with his doctor. So I don't know if he's taking it with these 3 different things with the zinc pack. Again, hydrochloroquine, very different from chloroquine. Hydrochloroquine has been something that has been given for malaria. And there's a lot of people who, apparently there's not that many side effects from actual hydrochloroquine. But anyway, so they say that, and then some people say, oh, you can die from this, you can do this, people are going to start taking this, Donald Trump is killing people. I'm like, wait. First of all, Donald Trump is not my daddy. It's not even my president either because I'm not a United States, I'm an American citizen. But even if you are, you shouldn't be taking medical advice from Donald Trump. Donald Trump is doing a lot of things that I wouldn't do. I personally would not run for president of the United States of America. I can't really imagine a situation of, I don't even qualify for it. But even if I did qualify, I don't like politics enough. I despise politics enough to not even actually think I want to do this thing. There's other things he's done in his life, certain business choices he's made that probably has access to other information that maybe makes him actually want to do that. But I don't think I would have gotten into Trump steaks. I don't drink, so I don't think I would have gotten into like a Trump vodka thing. I think there was a Trump vodka thing. I don't think I would be involved enough with the beauty pageant kind of industry. But he found reasons to do these things. Apparently, he has a gold-plated penthouse apartment in one of the Trump Towers. I don't like gold that much to actually do that. I don't know what kind of money and excess wealth I would have to get to the point of that. Could there be reasons behind he has doing this? I don't know. I don't agree with some of these things. Some of the things he tweets and says, I don't really agree with. Just talked about it recently. I was talking about, I'm looking into negative interest rates. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's a good idea. But doesn't mean because Donald Trump said it, I'm all of a sudden going to be like, negative interest rates. I'm going to go look into what it is, but I already have the previous history with it, and I'm not going to do that. I don't think negative interest rates would be a positive thing for the world. Well, anyway, so Donald Trump says that. And if the case is, if somebody does this behavior or says a certain thing, and then that encourages other people to do that thing, and then that thing that those people were encouraged to do ends up actually hurting them, or killing them, then it's on that first person when it's this indirect. Then can you look and say something like, oh, when President Barack Obama had that whole White House Rose Garden thing, sitting down, I think it was a white policeman and a black professor who had been involved in something that was supposedly a racial issue, and they had some beer and they were talking about it. And then somebody's like, oh, that's good. And instead of me actually having this intimate conversation with somebody or just raging at somebody, I'm going to sit down and have a beer with this person. And then they end up and going and having a beer with this person, and they sit down and they hash over their issue. It turns out to be 5 beers, and it turns out to be some shots, and they get a bottle and then everything. And the person's driving home and they have a car accident and they die. Can I say that's blood on Barack Obama's hands because he encouraged people to solve their issues by sitting down and drinking? He was trying to do something that was a prophylactic to raising racial tensions. I don't know how effective it was, but I think that was one of the cool things where it's like, yeah, that's a good thing. Let's have people sit down and talk. I'm pro people sitting down and talk. I would prefer people don't sit down and talk while drinking, but a lot of people like doing that. Part of the reason I don't drink anymore is because I'd go out and people would be drinking and you have conversations with people and you're like, oh my God, he's so drunk. I can't believe you're thinking about it. No, I was thinking about this when I was sober. And then you have certain conversations, certain experiences. And then after the people don't remember the things and like, what was the point of going out here? Then you realize some people are going out to forget things. They don't really want to actually be. So there's many reasons why I'm like, alcohol, not that positive in my life. But for some people it is. But I personally know there's more people that have died from alcohol than have from hydrochloroquine. That's just something I'm throwing out there. I'm pretty much 99.9% sure about it. I'm not even going to look it up. So if anybody encourages the drinking of alcohol, says I am taking alcohol not as like a swab because I got a wound or anything, non-directly healing medicinal uses that's been peer reviewed and agreed that this is a good use of alcohol. If anybody does that, then anybody else goes out and uses it recreationally and dies while taking that alcohol. Is it blood on that initial person's hands? What do you think? That's it for now. It's part of my shorty series where I expand on short thoughts and try to engage people. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Till next time, like, share, subscribe. Links below to our merchandise store. And I appreciate your time, taking your time to come here, whether you're drunk or not, whether you're taking some other drug or not, whether you're taking hydrochloroquine or not, or whatever. Or maybe you hate Trump. Maybe you hate me for saying all this stuff. But anyway, who do you listen to and think like, oh, that person has encouraged me? How far away, how far removed from the actual person do you think responsibility actually should be? Let me know. Goodbye.